All right, let's read some scripture here. All right, this is from Ephesians 2, verses 1 and 2. And you hath he quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein in time past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. I would assume most of you in this room know what a chemtrail is, and I would reiterate, it says, ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. Folks, this is an effort, this is Disney animation. It comes from the Pixar family, and you can clearly see the heavy metal particulates being sprayed above the heads of the children in this. And this is just my first example of showing you how Hollywood works not only to condition our adult minds, but also the minds of our children to accept things that heretofore we had never seen before. This is also from the same project. I've worked for Disney a lot. In fact, Disney's one of the studios that I've worked for the most. Probably Disney and Warner Brothers are where I've hung my hat the most number of seasons of network television or feature films over the past 16 years. And it troubles me to say this, because as a kid, I loved Disneyland and Disney animation. You know, I grew up at a time where it was all the classics, Pinocchio, Cinderella, etc. But Disney is very complicit, and I'll demonstrate some of that today in indoctrinating our children and conditioning their minds to what I would call a Luciferian agenda. This one is interesting. This film is a screenshot from the 1970 production called Railway Children. Now you see we've got the couple of kids sitting there on a split rail fence, again, produced in 1970, distributed in early 1971. Interestingly, in 2005, the GAO, the Government Accounting Office, listed a line item in that year's budget that was $996 million for aircraft services. So Railway Children was edited and digitized in 2006 for DVD distribution as well as cable viewing. Notice a difference? And there you have it. That was 2000. This is 1970, distributed in 1971 in theaters. That is 2006 when it was digitized and made ready for DVD distribution as well as cable viewing, the cable market. This next picture I like a lot. I shot this one about a year and a half ago. I was working on a show called State of Affairs for Universal. State of Affairs only made it one season. It starred Katherine Heigl, and we'll talk a little bit more about State of Affairs later, but it was certainly one of these classic big government conditioning type shows. I shot this picture at a private backlot called Blue Cloud Ranch. It's in Newhall in the Santa Clarita Valley near Magic Mountain in Southern California. And it's an interesting space to work. Actually, it's about 3 or 4 blocks that were built to look like the Middle East. They shot quite a bit of American Sniper there. And it can also be cheated to look like China, and you could even squeeze Latin America out of it. So it's kind of a neat place. I shot this picture. I actually stopped doing what I was doing, and I shot this picture because if you look at the broader chemtrail that runs from about 7 o'clock up to about 1 o'clock respectively, that's the first line of spray that I watched the plane create or emit, and you can clearly see that it's beginning to open up. It's beginning to create that sort of false ceiling, almost like a plaque. And then if you look at the line that runs from about 11 o'clock down to about 4 o'clock, that one actually began up at the 11 o'clock point, and as you see that line disappear behind the roof of the facade there, when that line was being emitted, I watched the plane turn the jet sprayers off and on twice.